were a lot of things that there wasn't a ton of movement without the basketball on the offensive end. Guys weren't getting back. It's just when things seemed to go wrong in this game, they reverted back to what they had done earlier in the year. And, I think that's just because of maybe the stage that they were on. I hope that that's going to change when they go to Greensboro. I think there's still a chance that can change when they go to Greensboro, and they'll still be able to play the way that we saw them playing at the end of during that 3-game winning streak at the end of this season. But yeah, I just hope that they're able to shake this one off. I mean, it was a tough game. You were a team that came in still 4 games below 500, and because you were on a little bit of a winning streak, people were pretty much giving you a chance in this game, including us. And, I don't think we were wrong for that. I'm not ashamed by my pick of Carolina. I thought they fought in this game, but I think, honestly, we just have to look and say Duke just had too much for this Carolina team, especially with the fact that, Armando Bacot played, but he was hurt and got in foul trouble. Brandon Robinson gets hurt. Shouldn't have probably even came back into the game. If it wasn't the Duke game, he probably wouldn't have come back. But he fights to get back out onto the floor. And look, Cole Anthony is not 100% healthy. We know that. I don't think anybody on this team is 100% healthy at this point. Garrison Brooks has been hit in the eye how many times so far this year? There's no way that he's 100% healthy. You're seeing guys like there was a point because of foul trouble and everything, Walker Miller had to come in and play significant minutes. Jeremiah Francis had to come in and play significant minutes because, there's just this team is just at that point right now. There's not a lot of depth, but they're still a team that you believe, with what we saw in the 3 games prior to this, has enough of a mindset where they can go in and make noise. So this is one of those games that they're going to look back on. Hopefully it feeds as a little more fuel to the fire that they're going to need out in Greensboro. But it's one of those games that you can't really be that ashamed of because you fought. Duke was just the better overall team.
Yeah, I think this loss doesn't really affect what they accomplished in the last 2 weeks or so. I think because this game is just a different game on its own because of the rivalry and what it means. That it sucks losing any game, but I don't feel any differently than I did after Tuesday. I think this team is still talent-wise. They could probably go win 5 games in 5 days. I don't know if they've got the necessary depth that's required to do so. If they do, we're really about to find out because it's going to get tested starting next week. But, all in all, you got another chance to get better. You'll look at the film. They'll be able to point out some things that you did well, that you can improve on, and you'll look at some things that say, hey, we got to be better in this part of the game. And so that's just what it was. The best part about this one, as bad as it is losing, you didn't beat yourself. And the first game in our building, Carolina beat themselves more than Duke beat you. I know Trey Jones was special for about a 9-minute stretch in the regulation and overtime, but if Carolina just made it half their free throws in that final 4 minutes, they still win the game. And who knows, if they would have won that game, the season might have turned around a lot quicker before this game. Yeah. And that's not how the seasons went. And Carolina's 13-18. They secured a last place finish for the first time in the history of the ACC, almost guaranteeing Roy Williams his first losing season as a head coach unless they win 5 straight games in Greensboro. And then they win in the NCAA tournament. They're going to have a losing record. That'll be a first for the Hall of Fame head coach. They put the stat that you've had 6 losses by 3 points or less for the first time since 1940, 1941. Like, this is just just really exemplifies how weird of a year this is, how odd this is for Carolina. And so it's just something that I think it's been hard on the players. It's been hard on Roy Williams. It's been hard on us to come on here and talk about. But Dean Smith always said that these kind of years were good because it makes you appreciate what you have a little bit more, and that's how we're going to look at this as we get ready for the ACC tournament. With that, anything else from Duke before we get out of here?
Yeah, not really. I'm with you. I don't think that this really takes away from the momentum that this team was able to build. I thought that coming into this game, that really no matter what, if you won it, it would definitely help. If you lost this game, I just don't think that that's what's going to end up kind of feeding this team when they get there. They know that the task is going to be huge, and I think they're ready for that. We'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be an interesting week in Greensboro, and if they can get it done, it would be probably one of the greatest stories in the history of college basketball. A team that goes from being the last seed in their conference tournament, makes a run, gets into the NCAA tournament, and you got to think, if they get there, Roy Williams has never lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament, so never know. Could end up getting that win that could prevent them from having a losing season. But even if not, the thing that we've got to say about this team, and they showed it again tonight, they're always going to fight until the end. This is not a team that's going to give in and just say, well, things haven't gone our way. It's just time to admit that this isn't our season and just find a way to get to next year. They haven't done that. They're going to keep fighting, and I think I'm still confident that they have a chance. Granted, it's very, very slim, but they have a chance to win 5 games in 5 days.
Yeah, you said it would be one of the greatest sports history of college basketball. It would be maybe the one thing that the new thing that makes Carolina basketball so great is no team in the ACC has ever done that. So it would be a first for the program and first for the ACC as a conference. So with that, the best part about today, I was able to buy the throwback shorts. That really salvaged a trip.
$80 gone, but 86 actually.
Next time I'm up, I'll be able to get the Charlie Scott throwback jersey in my size, and then I'll be looking, as the kids say these days, fly. Have some great pizza at IP3.
Stop.
Got a nice hot dog at Sup Dogs. Great crowd in Sup Dogs tonight for the Duke game. So
they did not like us by the end of the night, though. So
that's fine, because I don't like myself during Duke games.
We did our job. We had some good people in there, though. We had a girl in a Justin Jackson jersey who was very into the game that we were thrilled about. There was another girl that was sitting across from us that was into the game as well. So we got to point out these fans, as well as our favorite buddies that were up front. One guy who had been drinking far too much, but was wanting to pump up the entire restaurant, and his friend, who even before the night had started, the game had started at least, was in the back looking like he was trying to hold his liquor. So we all had some fun. IP3 was great as always. Sup Dogs was great as well. And if you ever say, as the kids say, fly, I might just slap you on this podcast, because
I thought that was great.
We are only 24 years old. We can say that and still be somewhat cool.
I'm an old soul.
We are not old, man. Well, your hairline's an old soul, but that's really about it.
But yeah, great
so
day. Just sucks that you weren't able to finish it with the great win, but they've got a chance to go do something special, go do something historic, and we'll of course have you covered all things ACC tournament as well. So with that, we're going to shut this thing down. Before we let you go, we're going to talk about the HeelToughBlog.com. It's been a pretty big couple of days for the website. We were getting you ready for the Duke game, and we're going to keep you covered for all things from the Duke game. My recap's already up on the site. Anthony's analysis will follow that. And so that's for basketball-wise. Then we're going to get you ready for the ACC tournament. Football-wise, spring ball is less than 2 weeks away. Mack Brown is getting already the 2021 class already solidified as a top 10 class. Maybe when it's all said and done, the best recruiting class in the history of Carolina football since recruiting classes became a thing. 2 massive recruits headlined by Drake May have committed in the past couple of days. Anthony's written about what that means for those 2 players, what it means for Carolina. As we're being told, there may be some more on the way, as these are kind of like domino effects decisions. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled to HeelToughBlog.com. We're keeping you covered, football and basketball and even baseball, all year around. And lastly, we're going to encourage you guys to like and review the podcast. Tell me how I'm doing as the host. Tell Anthony how he's doing as the co-host. We'd greatly appreciate that. Most importantly, we want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. That way you get every new podcast every time we upload. For all you longtime listeners, we do about 2 to 3 a week, depending on the schedule and how our work schedules can work around that. So we'd greatly appreciate giving us a like, giving us a review, most importantly, subscribing. And most importantly, we want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank Anthony for co-hosting. Tough loss, but sometimes it happens like that. And we'll keep you covered. We'll talk to you in the ACC play. All right, go Heels.